Hey guys, how you doing? Just have to play my first move here. So I've got a game up against Ed, OTMilkr on chess.com. So Ed's someone that I gave a few lessons to quite a while ago now, a couple of years maybe even, and I know he's also had some lessons with Christina, Tigers Without Stripes, well known to a lot of you guys out there. And oh cool, right, now we had this recently on the not a speedrun thing. So it's a gambit. This is a Bushgas gambit. I do think that maybe it's not the wisest thing for chess.com to announce what the opening is to both players, because I know this is a gambit, right? Now I know this is a known thing, right? It's like if they might as well say, you know, this is a dumbass move or whatever. Anyway, so clearly they're gambiting a pawn, right? Bishop's targeting here. We could have ideas of knight coming down to this, but we can. I think it's knight c3. Now I have to say I'm particularly stupid today. I've been awake. It's 8 AM now, and I've been up for about. I've been awake since probably 3-4 o'clock. So I haven't got a cup of coffee. I've got two mochas. Okay. And now it's told me it's transposed to Vienna. I don't think you should do that, chess.com. I think people should learn the positions. I would prefer to learn the positions. You know, you have a game where it starts as a Sicilian and turns into a French and whatever, and it tells you. It tells you what. So it helps me actually to like switch my book in my brain somehow. Okay, this is actually playable because it is defended by knight and queen. So here and takes arguably improves my knight. Don't know about this though. But now it's told me it's a Vienna. I'm just going to play bishop c4 because it's giving me clues. This is now Vienna game Anderson defense. Apparently. So yeah, I've played a dozen blitz games and sucked ass. And then I've dropped down to 1425 or something like that. Yeah, I know the name Bushgas Gambit. I've never really looked into it. I do have a study somewhere on it. But I know that I think Jonathan Schrantz plays it. And it's time for the Bushgas Gambit. Okay, so Queen's Knight comes out. So Vienna thinking, yeah, d3 makes sense. Castles makes sense. Should this knight come in, he's got a lot of control over d4. So this and then bishop here is a quite common idea. So if d3 and the knight dives in now, I'll probably take once. I can also dive into his position as well, just to, you know, this is what happens in the Vienna. But maybe I wouldn't have known I was in Vienna if this system hadn't told me. I'd have had to have figured it out for myself. Yeah, I've gone back to all standard pieces, standard setups now. I've removed the Lichess plugin, the pretty Lichess, because it was annoying me a little bit. Just a couple of things I won't bore you with. So the thing about Ed is, Ed, from memory, started out as quite a timid player and was kind of, You know, we call it running away from shadows. So why did my opponent make that move? Well, he's going to attack down here, so I need to push a pawn to prevent him from doing it. Well, no, man, chill. If he comes into that square, can we deal with it? Well, I guess we could push the pawn with tempo and kick it. Well, all right then, so relax. Don't sweat. Okay, he's now played a London style, but with the royal family reversed here. So he's preventing this, obvs. Now, bishop e3 makes plenty of sense. If the bishop should take, I capture towards the center, and I open up the f-file, which is kind of the whole point, right? You want to free up the rook. If I take him, he captures away from the center. So I'm going to do this because it's principled. I'm really going back to principles again. I'm learning from my game analyses. You know, when I get spanked by the fish, and so often it's like, duh, you should have developed your last piece. Had a really crazy over the board game. Don't know if I made a video about it. It's one of those really painful ones. And I had the opportunity to complete development, and it was in a Janish gambit, really sharp line. Okay, and basically, I failed to kind of kill my opponent. I had a massive attack. It was like -4 or whatever. I had the black pieces, and at one point, I decided to retreat a developed piece when I could have actually developed my final bishop that was trapping in my final rook. Anyway, so this is challenging. Okay, so the old timid Ed has gone. You know, Christina, the offense coach, has turned him into this like attacking beast, and he's broken. I mean, when I was teaching Ed, he was like 700, 800, I think, from memory, 850. He's now 1150. So great advert for Christina as a tutor. Okay, so he's thrown the knight into the position. Now it says we're in a gioco piano. What are we doing here? Huh? What country are we supposed to be in? First we're in Scotland, then we're in Austria, now we're in bloody Italy, innit? Right. So apparently now it's a gioco piano. So if I take the knight, I think whatever happens, I can give him ugly pawns. I think that's okay. You know, if bishop takes, I can trade off, get a pawn in here. I maybe get my knight in here, or I'm just going to flip my knight around to there. Maybe I take with the bishop. Bishop takes. This is a really interesting one. It's like, well, which of these pieces is the strongest? And I don't know. Am I worried about him taking my knight? Not a lot. No, I've got still long castle. I've got tidy pawns on that side. It's my general preference. I could contest the knight. I could play knight e2. So what you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do? Think about that. Knight e2. If he takes knight, I've got queen takes. Then my king can castle either way. Right? If he takes this knight, g takes. The bishops will also be in tension, but yeah, go on, do it. I think that deserves a sip of coffee, eh? Now that's an odd move. Why? He's kind of anticipating. The only thing I can think is that, you know, like when you play the London as white and you get this bishop face off, then very often you'll drop back. Magnus, I know, has just left his bishop there and allowed the recapture away from the center, but opening up this and also giving double control over this square, obviously with the roles reversed. Yeah, so it's actually this square here. from White's perspective. Now, I do actually have the option to take their rook takes, no more kingside castling. And he's still a couple of pieces away. I mean, this bishop does have some scope, actually. I mean, it sees a lot of squares, but quite a few of them are controlled. I could put the question to the knight with c3, say, go on horse, what you gonna do? Huh? But then that might harm my prospects of long castles later on. Having said that, he's only got an active dark squared bishop. Am I worried about this pawn as well? But this pawn can... No, I think we're okay. Yeah, so if he takes this knight, g takes this knight, it's queen takes. Then if he trades bishops, I've got maybe queen takes or f takes, probably f takes. You know, capturing towards the center, generally good idea. All right. Now I don't necessarily have to recapture straight away, but if I take there, he captures with the a7 pawn and opens up his rook, so why would I do that? Much rather have him. Oh! I spy with my little eyes something beginning with BP. Bagwood's pawn has been created. So he's got a kind of a stone wall set up here. I mean, I could stick my bishop in there. He can't do that right now. I can just castle and then think about punching through the center. How much control do we have? We actually have rather good control. 1, 2, 3 looking at d4, and he's got 1, 2, 3 also. But maybe if I mean, I could even long castle. That'd be really aggressive. Long castle, getting the rook straight onto the central square on d8, d1, then punch through. Should we do that? Should we do that and just see how it goes? I mean, at this rate, he's going to flag me. So stop distracting me. I need to concentrate. I need to be fully caffeinated to fight Ed. This I know. Especially when I'm in a very, very dopey mood this morning. But there's just something about this setup I don't like. It's good for the light squared bishops. What's that doing? I don't know. I'm going to kick you. And I'm going to take with... Decisions. If I take with queen, I've got the prospect of a check here. I take with the pawn. I'm going to take with the pawn because my general strategy at this point is, look, black isn't castled, white is. Not amazingly safe, but it's castled, right? So what I want to do is I want to punch through the center. It's very, very simple. We had a really good session yesterday with Chess Bootcamp Live, and in fact, yeah, a couple of sessions in a row, because we had Craig's session the other day, and a big theme that's come up in several games consecutively is open file, stick a damn rook on it, right? Get a rook on it or get a queen on it, particularly if the enemy king is on the same file. Just do it. JFDI. Yeah? You know, the JFDI process. I'm not going to spell it out for you. Just do it. That's what it means. Okay, I just made a move there without thinking, didn't I? Okay, good, Ed. Good. I like this. He's castled. Right. Now, I don't have to do this. If he captures, he's capturing away from the center, right? I retake with the bishop. We're all good. That's what I want to do. So, it's too tempting. I've got to play f5, Come on, Ed. Are you on your toes? You need to be on your toes. Why did my opponent play that move? What's his plan? And what's most critical? Come on, you've got to see that. You've got to see. If not, I'm okay. Good man. Good man. Now I still have this, which is now an outpost, right? Because the pawns are too advanced to worry the bishop away from that square. So I do have this. This is also an outpost that looks down at b7. Everyone's dark square bishops are miserable. They're having a torrid time because of all these pawns on dark squares. Look at all this. Look, boom, 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 boom. But what do we know about pawns? They change. Things change. I also have the bishop pair. And having the bishop pair makes me think I would love to open up the board. Now, let's revisit the idea of d4. He's got 1, 2, 3 attackies. And I've got 1, 2, 3 defendies. So here, if he takes, when the dust settles, everyone's okay. I'm also slightly inclined to play my king over to the b file as well. Or I could even just double up my rooks. Let's do that. Let's do it. Double up my rooks. Still, well, okay. The horse has to be on his way there. But if he does, I can pin him. Can't I? Look. Then he might kick me, but then I might trade off. But I am the only one with a light squared bishop. Okay, that's interesting. Can I defend this way though? Queen has to go... So she's got quite a few squares she can go to. That's a decent move. It's king side counterplay. I thought he was off here, you see, I made an assumption. Is that a thought, hitting rook and it's controlling the square so he can't do anything, right? Or is it now time to unleash the full power of this fully operational battle station? Here, takes, attacking the bishop. Yeah, go on. Who dares wins. Doesn't necessarily apply in chess. It's not really a rule. It's the motto of the British SAS, Special Air Service. But we are flying by the seat of our pants here. So if they take there, we take here, hitting the bishop. Right, bishop can't take the pawn because bishop takes and this guy's then pinned, isn't it? Yeah, he can't take back because rook takes queen. That's not good. Now if he... Okay, off she dodges. Now, I still have this. And that creates double threat against this pawn. So there and pawn takes. Okay, if I takes, maybe bishop takes. I'm not sure about all this. Take this way. Nothing gained there. I mean, I want to clear the path around the king, not around the king's side, where the king isn't. I don't want to block off the centre because I've got two bishops and he's got a knight. Just for that reason alone. So I'm thinking about this. And I like the pressure that I've got on the d file. So I think I just pull the trigger on this. I think just on principle. Now I think he has to take with the pawn. If he takes with the bishop, I take. Then he's got pawn takes maybe, and this rook is defended enough. It's a good job. Okay, so he's taken with the pawn now. What this means is that bishop is now not that clever. Having said that, my dark square bishop is similarly unclever at this point in time. My light square bishop is still enjoying a life of freedom. I could stick it here, In which case, if he takes, I take there. I quite like that idea. It's a very even game. Okay, let's do that, because I'm down to 4 minutes. We could see a flurry of blows at this point. I like that. I mean, I generally like, you know, as you get later on into the game, having a bishop and pawn just locked in together. It's one less thing to think about. Okay, what's your game? Well, you're not going in there and you're not going in there, so what's the plan, big man? You've blocked the queen's defense of that, so the bishop's the only defender of the pawn. I could go in there and attack the queen. If you take, I come in again. Yeah, why not? Because queen, she can't go there. Or can, well, I mean, I can take a pawn like for free then, can't I? At the very least, I don't know. I think you have to take. But then that is going to force the queen there, even if we trade rooks. So it's all come down to this d-file, hasn't it? Look, trade of rooks. Queen can't go there, can't go there, right? She has to go here. Now I can't take on b7 with check, because queen just takes rook and gets out of check. So if, after queen here, I take here. He could do take the rook, I take queen, he takes bishop. But then I've won a queen and a pawn for a rook and a bishop, which I think is a reasonable deal. Now, is there anything eviler? I don't know. Can't get my dark squared bishop in there. So let's do this little routine. So I'm now hitting the queen. The queen has to come somewhere along the back rank, right? One of these squares. Obviously can't get there because bishop takes. And she can't come onto the 7th because rook takes. A big question is, Ed, how do you fancy this uneven deal? This pawn's also a weakness. These pawns are both now jolly weak as well. Rook there's a thought. Okay. So, yeah. Right, I'm a pawn up. I have 2 bishops. He's got bishop and a knight. There is an increment in this game. And this is something that... Oh, I have takes there. No, I don't. That blunders the bishop. Cock it. I have this attacking the queen. I don't like it though. Oh, that attacking the queen. She moves, and then I take here. Just wins another pawn, isn't it? Yeah. Surely temple it does. Chairman, wow. Still very much playing, you know, 2 moves at a time. Okay. Rook takes here. Oh, actually, that doesn't work, does it? Well, it kind of works. Because you can't take the bishop, can you? Because I get a queen. And now I can stick my bishop there. I mean, it's a very odd place to have this combo, but how are you going to stop the pawn from promoting? Huh? Bishop here. I'm 2 pawns up now. Yeah, and they're both H pawns. Double Harry time. Double Harry time. Maybe something like this, you know, even. But I need to be, you know, this old rule of remember not to lose. Fallen foul of that once or twice, haven't we? Hey? Now I can always come here, and the knight can't check me. There's no light squared bishop to check me. So actually my king's not, he's not stressing down there. So I'm thinking maybe this, or just this. This I don't like. Well, even so, actually. Even so, it's a good position. queen here. Queen. That's the brutalist approach, isn't it? You know, just force the pawn down his throat. It's still basically opportunism. I mean, it's not like I don't know. I'm playing one or two moves. He said GG. Yeah, I really did feel like it was very even. You know, I looked down and saw that material was equal just a few moves ago. And then something just kind of crumbled, didn't it? And it came down to all the this kind of flurry of dead bodies on the D file. There's no more checks. I mean, you can take there, but that blunders the queen. So it's yeah, very decent game. And it goes to show, don't be constrained by your rating, right? Play whoever you want. Now I'm thinking here, yeah, it's a check. Here, because this is just going to win, isn't it? It's going to be a queen, king's forced here. I'd love to keep a flurry of checks coming, that's the thing. So I don't want to capture with the bishop and give away this with check. I mean, he's in a desperate position now. If he takes... I'd love to keep the checks coming, but after this, what's that? HA equals Q, King C7. I can take here. And the point is that he's still out of checks, right? The queen can't come to any of these squares, still can't take there. Even if pawn takes here, I'm not too fussed, because I get a queen, king comes here, even if he takes my bishop. No. There, king moves. I could even just drop back down here, something like that. Oh, I was resigned. I thought we were going to fight on. Oh, apparently forced mate in 8. So let's play it through. If he had taken here, yeah, H8 equals Q. King... What? So Queen G8. If King C7, it's mate in 5. Oh, what? A queen sack. Wow! I love it. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Okay, King C8 is his best bet, or King D7. What's wrong with this move? Got to be something hideously wrong with it. That is probably mate. Yeah. So if here, I think, yeah, bishop E8 is mate. Wow, I didn't see that. Ah, you kind of get locked into this thing. I've got 2 queens, you know, that's really cool. But yeah, that was really nice. Let's have a quick look at the game review and see what the scores on the boards are. .58 from Ed. It felt better than that, mate. 1 blunder. I had 4 misses. But then, like I said, I'm a bit dopey today. Ouch! 800 and 1200. Well, 1200 level is enough for me to carry on with my not a speed run anyway today. So, and that's a miss. And the machine saying free pawn. Take the free pawn. Oh, didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. Okay, so I should have traded off. Anyway, I don't think there's going to be much gained from going over that again. But Yeah, so let's go to the... This is the point, is bang equal here, and d4 is a miss. It said you should have taken that outpost with the bishop, so... Right, so which square is it? Because there's actually two outposts. Okay, knock the queen away. I mean, I saw it. And it does obviously control some very, very sensitive areas in black's position. Oh, let's go back to here. Okay, so it hated that, but then, now I take the outpost, and that is really... So Ed's move here goes from plus 1.6 to plus 4, because it allowed my rook into the 7th rank. So what should he have done? Yeah, proactively just traded off. White's still slightly better, but yeah, definitely an interesting game. I enjoyed that. Well, let me know, guys, what you think. Do you want to see more games like this? Me playing subscribers and friends and students and stuff like that. Yeah, let me know. Thank you for watching. See you later.